What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. It's all out chaos as Roman Reigns has declared war on the entire Raw roster. Will anything or anyone be left standing? Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Raw, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including the latest rumors on The Rock and John Cena, a former superstar's terrible MMA debut, is Eva Marie returning, a WWE superstar planning a Rumble appearance, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, Wrestlelamia Shorts. Now, as always, we won't recap the matches, but just provide you with the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, a night of destruction. Roman Reigns' order that the Bloodline show what they're capable of doing proved to be no idle threat, as the tribal chief had the Bloodline destroy one superstar after another. This made for must-see TV as fans wondered what would happen when someone besides a mid-carder confronted the Bloodline. Now, we can't overstate how well this storyline was booked. The segments created a sense of chaos, and longtime fans had to notice the similarities between last night's backstage attacks and the early days of the New World Order in WCW. Everything played out well, culminating in the main event match between the Usos and the team of Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. Thankfully, they didn't go with the cheap route of having KO take a beating instead of having thwart everything Roman Reigns wanted to do by defeating the Usos. Number 2, the Hurt Business tease. It looks like Bobby Lashley will be joining back up with MVP. They teased this when MVP told Adam Pearce he had a solution to his problems with Lashley. And we wouldn't be surprised if a storyline plays out where MVP tells Pearce he's the only person capable of channeling Lashley's rage. If the Hurt Business reunion does happen, the WWE will have to address the Omos situation, as some fans are already questioning whether the Nigerian giant belongs in the group. Number 3, Alexa opens up. A last night's sit-down interview with Bianca Belair and Alexa Bliss reminded fans just how far the WWE storytelling has come from the Vince McMahon era. While cynics might say there was only one way to go, and that was up, you have to credit the WWE for explaining Alexa Bliss's convoluted comeback after escaping the clutches of the Fiend. Having her explain she was the victim, yet she was called crazy and put into counselling, had to have fans sympathising with her. Bliss even explained how the counselling destroyed her, robbing her of the edge that made her a champion. This was more than a nice touch. This was a good way to explain a lousy storyline and use it to continue the tale of Bliss's return to her sinister side. They furthered Alexa's descent into the abyss when the Firefly symbol flashed and she grabbed a vase full of flowers, delivering a brutal bouquet to Belair's noggin. Number 4, an intergender match? Rhea Ripley showed Akira Tozawa what happens when you mess with a man, defeating Tozawa in a fun match that showed how intergender matches can be booked if used sparingly and with care. Last night's match was largely about comedy, as Tozawa did his best David vs Goliath act against Ripley, ultimately coming up short. Number 5, a predictable finish but still a good match. AJ Styles vs Sami Zayn is a match that fans saw not too long ago, and while the ending was never in doubt, why would WWE job Sami before his big tag match with Roman Reigns, it was still entertaining and it showed the babyfaces weren't going to take the Bloodline's antics without a fight. Number 6, Becky will fall on her own sword. A great promo from Becky Lynch as she told Bayley she's accomplished everything on her own and she's never had to rely on others to do her dirty work. Lynch's promo was 100% badass and a reminder of how to book a babyface as someone that fans will want to be, unlike most of the babyfaces on SmackDown who are booked as Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler's perpetual punching bags. Number 7, Austin is number 1. Austin Theory was at the top of his arrogant heel game last night. As things began with another excellent exchange between Austin and Seth, as Austin told Rollins he'll forever be known as the third least talented member of the Shield, while the Visionary referred to himself as the peak of WWE. Rollins taunted Theory, calling him a kid and reminding A-Town that it's the man who makes the title. This exchange was just the beginning though, as Austin and Rollins were confronted by the Usos. Theory stood alongside Seth's side when the Usos showed up, only to bail on Rollins, proving he's only in for number 1. Just to drive the point home though, Theory delivered a cheap shot to Monday Night Rollins during his tag match with Owens, clobbering Rollins with the United States Championship belt and taking him out of the match. Number 8, Reed returns. Bronson Reed returned to Raw, giving The Miz the helping hand he needed to defeat Dexter Lumis in a Double or Nothing ladder match for The Miz's cash. The former NXT superstar's name has come up as a likely return for several months now, and last night's Raw debut was perfectly played. While it remains to be seen if The Miz and Reed are working together, such a pairing could set up some fun tag matches against Lumis and Johnny Gargano. And ending 2022 on a bang. Although Raw is ending 2022 with a best of show, that didn't stop the WWE from delivering one of its most action-packed nights, full of fantastic matches, entertaining segments, and a surprise return. Even better, it promised a must-see Raw on 2nd January by booking a US title defense and Raw Women's Championship match. As we mentioned during the last 2 weeks, the Rumble is a month away, but the WWE isn't booking on cruise control. But that was the good, what about the bad? As number 1, where was KO? As exciting as last night's Raw was, fans had to be asking what took Owens so long to get to the arena. After all, if Owens was the reason for the Bloodline's presence, you'd think Owens would have the decency to show up and defend his fellow superstars. Obviously, they wanted to have the prize fighter show up on the right moment and for maximum dramatic effect, but it still could have explained his absence with a line of dialogue such as KO had travel issues or some other throwaway line. Now, there was nothing downright ugly as Raw delivered a show one step below a PLE. This was non-stop action and a reminder of how good the WWE can be when it's firing on all cylinders. The strategy of booking a show in order to lure viewers back to next week rather than booking a show to build up a PLE is a sound one. Short of the WWE suddenly booking atrocious PLEs, the event often sell themselves and landing lucrative TV rights deals means it's essential to bringing in strong ratings. What did you guys think of Raw last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Our first story looks at the latest Cena and Rock WrestleMania rumors. Atop in today's news is the latest on the John Cena and The Rock at WrestleMania 39. It seems like everyday fans are hearing one rumor or another about the chances of Cena and or The Rock wrestling at the WWE show of shows, and by now some fans are just plain tired of hearing about it. Ultimately, it comes down to one thing: both men's schedules. Meltzer summed things up nicely during a recent episode of the Wrestling Observer Radio, as he mentioned, "I'm saying he's The Rock not gonna do it? No, I'm not saying that at all. And if he's doing it, wow, you have him, Austin, and Cena all on the same show or the same weekend because they'll split them up. Obviously, like, Cena's not 100% either, by the way, but he's got a movie in February and March, so he's not going to be able to do a lot of TVs. I don't know, he will do the show if he's available, but it's the same thing. He may have other things going on. I was told, I guess the best way to put it is Cena is probable and Dwayne is possible, maybe a probable, I don't know, but neither is a sure thing." Good old Meltzer, always with a straightforward answer. But while his comments may sound like a classic case of waffling, there's no other way to put things. Cena is currently scheduled for filming through much of March, which makes a WrestleMania appearance tricky. As for The Rock, the current story is that his filming schedule is open, but he'll be busy with the XFL. As frustrating as it is for fans to ponder whether one or both superstars will show up at the 2023 show of shows, the reality is that wrestling is second to their careers and Hollywood is first. Cena has made it clear he'll wrestle whenever he can, and The Rock seems willing to under the right circumstances. However, whether the stars align is something fans are forced to wait for until an official announcement is made. Next up, a former superstar Mauled in an MMA match. Add former NXT superstar gentleman Jack Gallagher to the list of wrestlers turned MMA fighters. Unfortunately for Gallagher, his pro MMA debut at Full Contract Contender 32 didn't go well. Gimme Sports' James Barstow noted, "Claffey was rocked by a number of shots from his opponent Marlon Jones at the Full Contact Contender 32 event. A combination of his lefts and rights already had Claffey swaying before a stiff punch to his chin sent him to the canvas, where the referee concluded Jones had won via TKO. Next up, Miss Mandy's millions. Is Mandy Rose a millionaire? Well, not yet, but her agent reports that the recently released superstar will be one by the end of 2022, all because of the loot she's landed thanks to her fan time account. TMZ reported that the 32-year-old has earned a whopping $500,000 from her fan time page since she got the axe. In fact, Carl predicts Rose will be the newest self-made millionaire by Christmas, 6 days away. It is believed that Mandy has a 90-day non-compete clause keeping her away from working in any wrestling promotion, but at this rate, why bother stepping back into the ring? Next up, a Cody Rhodes update. Now there's some interesting news concerning Cody Rhodes as Fiverr reports Cody, someone with an uncanny resemblance to an American Nightmare, was spotted in Los Angeles filming a 2K commercial with a variety of other superstars. Is he going to be on the cover of 2K23? What do you guys think? Next up, Edge return rumor. Now, speaking of returns, Zero News reports that their source noted that Edge is booked at a return for February's Elimination Chamber PLE. Now this is kind of at odds with the other reports that Edge will compete in a Hell in a Cell match at the Royal Rumble. Next up, is Eva Marie returning? Is former superstar Eva Marie contemplating a return? Well, Eva raised some eyebrows when she liked a social media post from Fightful select Sean Ross Sapp, commenting, "I don't think we're done with WWE returns." Marie's last run in the WWE was underwhelming, and we feel that the WWE have its work cut out for making a third run worth mentioning. And finally, a WWE superstar planning a Rumble appearance? Last but not least, it looks like former superstar Chris Masters is at it again, teasing an appearance at the 2023 Royal Rumble. Masters, who's been working in the indie circuit and the National Wrestling Alliance, tweeted a video of a Rumble-like countdown, so would you guys like to see him there? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.